What's up, everybody? Master Reactor here, and I am not going to do Young Sexy Motherfucker yet, but I will be doing him in the future. So let's see. On this video, though, what am I even saying? I have no idea. I just fucking woke up. I've lost like crazy today. This fucking dropped off guy sacked me. I played against my teammate. He got me. This guy got me yesterday. But I won one right there. So what I'm going to do is LucasGustafsson or whatever. Let's do the replay of that. Because I haven't put that on my channel. Somebody actually requested that. And I put this on my channel. So here we go. He throws the rock. I throw scissors. So he gets the rock, paper, scissors. He gets to go first. Awesome. So let's see what happens. He opens BLS, Pot, Sinister, Heavy, Upstart, and Regeki Break. I've got Deco, Solemn, Knock, Wing Blast, and Ring of Destruction. He fires the Upstart into Chaos Sork. Pot of Greed into Jar of Greed and Magician of Faith. It must be nice. He decides to set the Faith and set the Jar in the Regeki Break and say go. I draw into a Jar of Greed to myself. And I decide to just knock. He's going to change Jar of Greed to see if he could draw a Faith, which he didn't. So all of those are gone. He drew another Chaos Sork. So I decide to set Jar of Greed. I set everything here. Just say fuck it. Ring, Solemn, Jar of Greed, and Wing Blast. Just saying fuck it. He draws into Jar of Greed. He fires the Regeki Break in standby phase and pops my monster. And I decide to solemn that. Now, this was probably stupid as shit to solemn that because he's got the heavy and he's going to blow my ass out here. But I chain Jar of Greed, so I draw. Cool, drew in a Sinister. Awesome. Shouldn't have set the Wing Blast. That was stupid. He sets a Sinister and sets a Jar of Greed and says go. I draw into Wing Blast. I flip Deco and draw into Mirror Force. So now we're back in this game, kind of. And I decide to Wing Blast the Sinister here and put it back on top. But he changed Jar of Greed into Deco. This shit's a wrap. This shit's so fucking over. It's ridiculous. There's the duo. Misplaying like crazy, as you could tell. Duo hit the BLS at least. Swing into the Deco. Give him a light and dark. Awesome. He draws in Torrential. He banishes it. Brings out the Chaos Sork. Removes it. Sets Sinister and says go. I draw into my BLS. Alright. Well, let's see. Do I have the light and dark, though? I don't think I do. No, I don't. I don't have shit. So I just say go. He draws into Tribe. He decides to switch the Chaos Sork. I have to Mirror Force it. He sets Torrential and says go. I decide to set Sinister and set MST and say go. He draws into a Knock. He knocks my shit. Flips up his Sinister. Swing bada bada. Hits him for 300. I draw into Tribe. I MST the back row. I run out my Tribe. Hit him for 13. First damage. Not looking good. He draws into Upstart. He gets his Sinister back. Fires the Upstart on me into Mirror Force. Not looking good at all. And he sets Sinister and Mirror Force and says go. And I draw into a Thunder Dragon, which is a pretty dead draw, kind of, really. And I decide to swing. And he doesn't Mirror Force. He draws into a Spy. Gonna set the Spy and say go. I draw into Heavy. I still don't Heavy or nothing. I attack. I get Mirror Forced, of course. He flips up the Spy. Gets Spy. Hits me for 24. Okay, that's cool. And he sets Book of Moon and says go. I draw into Graceful. Okay. I fire the Heavy. Change Book of Moon on one of them. Then I fire Graceful Charity here. I decide to discard the Spy and the Thunder Dragon. I MST and I go for the game, I think. I don't know if it's his game or not, but he doesn't play 3, so That's 3K. Nope, he's at 600, so I did not kill him there, which is terrible because he's going to kill me here. And bam. So he got me game 1, obviously. I played that so fucking terrible. Played it trash as shit. He got the game 1. Can I come back 2 games? So I decided to just say, fuck it, I'm running it back. I don't even side deck. I'm like, I gotta run that shit back because fuck it. I fucked that game up so bad. So let's see what happens. Or I boarded mind controls, I guess. So he's got Regeki Break, Duo, Night Assailant, Breaker, and Chaos Orc. I've got Solemn, Fate, Mind Control, Jar of Greed, Mirror Force, and Double Thunder Dragon. So I decide to not learn my lesson and set 3 and say go. He draws into a Nobleman. How did I win this game? I have no idea. But let's see what's happening here. So he runs out the Breaker. I don't even do anything. I'm just like, sure, you got me, whatever. And he gets the Solemn with the Breaker, hits me for 16, and just says go. I draw on the Trap Dust Shoot, which is clutch. I decide to fire the Jar of Greed. And draw into another Trap Dust Shoot, which is even clutcher. So this is okay. It's going good here. I set both Trap Dust Shoots and say go. He draws into Sangin. I fire one Dust Shoot, fire the other Dust Shoot, send them all back, leaving him with Not, Chaos Orc, and Duo. And I decide to Mirror Force this time because I'm like, he really ain't got no kind of anything, so let's just do it. Fuck it. And I draw into a BLS, which is pretty dead because I don't have a Dark. I set Mind Control as a bluff and say go. He draws into Chaos Orc, which is dead for him. I draw into a Chaos Orc, which is dead. He draws into Knock. I draw Heavy, which is dead. He draws Mind Control, which is dead. None of us have any kind of anything. I draw Tribe. Decide to set Heavy and say go. He draws into a Deco. Decides to set the Deco and say go. I draw into a Knock. I decide to Mind Control, flip it up, get Graceful. That was clutch as shit instead of knocking. The Mind Control was clutch there. Graceful into double Spy and another Mind Control. Discard a Spy and a Thunder Dragon. I run the Tribe out, use Tribe's effect to pop the Dark and swing at him for 16 and just say go. He draws into another Knock, I think. So he's pretty much not drawing shit this game. He can't really do anything. I mean, he can duo me here, I guess, because all my shit's gone, but I mean, other than that, it's looking like it's pretty much over. So he's got the Duo. He gets my Chaos Orc. I throw out the Faith too, just like, fuck it. Don't know why I threw that out, but it is what it is. And he literally just has to pass, I think, because he has nothing. And he just passes. I fire the Heavy. He chains Regeki Break and pops my shit. And I decide to summon the Spy instead of setting it. Hit him for 1200 and say go. He only has Ring of Destruction here. He sets the ring and says go. I draw on the ring. I fire, attack again, put him at 3k. Main phase 2, I set ring and just say go. He draws into Heavy Storm. Another dead draw. Can't really do much. He sets the Heavy and says go. And now I'm just like, fuck it, let's go for it. Run the BLS out. And swing bada, and he can't do anything because he has Ring and Heavy. So that was game 2. On to game 3. Game 1, I fucked up. Game 2, he dead drew pretty much. I dead drew too a lot, but ended up coming out on top. So, game 3, he's got Ring, Faith, Night Assailant, Jar of Greed, and Sangin. I've got Chaos Orc, BLS, Jar of Greed, Upstart, and Solemn. So, let's see what happens here. He decides to set Sangin, set Jar, set Ring. I draw into a Wing Blast, decide to Upstart, into another Solemn, and decide to just set 4 and say go. I Jar of Greed into Mind Control, and then I decide to Wing Blast and discard the Chaos Orc and put the monster back on top, which was pretty stupid because it was a Sanguine, but I didn't know that, so fuck it. Now I got 4, he's got 6 cards. He's up 2 on me right now. Must be nice. He accidentally shows me Ring of Destruction, which is pretty funny. And then he obviously wanted a Jar of Greed. There's your Jar of Greed. I'm like, alright, that's cool. He draws it back into his Sanguine. Sets a Sanguine and says go. I mind control like a fucking idiot. It's a Sanguine. I set Faith and say go. He draws into Upstart. He upstarts into Thunder Dragon. The man's got plus gazillion on me. I have nothing. No way in hell I'm winning this shit. And he's gonna sack his Sanguine for Thunder Dragon. Go get the deco. Poke into Magician of Faith. I go get Upstart. I guess I'm just like, fuck it. And I draw into a Mirror Force. I fire the Upstart into a Solemn. So now I have triple Solemn and a Mirror Force with a BLS. So no priority, I'm swinging. And he tries to ring it. I instantly have to Solemn it. So get some damage in here. He forgot to gain his 1,000 for the Upstart, which is fine. He draws into a Breaker. Okay. The man's got all monsters, so it's like, what can he even do? He says he forgot to gain 1,000. Okay, gain him his 1,000 from Upstart. That's fine. He sets a Night Assailant. I instantly use the effect to banish it. Set Book of Moon. Say go. He draws to a knock. He sets another one. And now I have the knock for that one. And hit him for 3k. Putting him at 26. He draws to a Spy, which is another dead draw for him. So yeah, it's crazy how this game went. I got double Solemn, Book of Moon. He sets a Spy and just says go. And that is the game, because I'm going to fire the BLS and then Book of Moon and flip it back up. GG, Lucas. Damn, that was crazy. But y'all hit the like, hit the sub. Have a good day or night. Peace out. Bye.